Okay, guys, in the comments of this video, I want you to tell me if you would like to be with this absolutely fabulous boss queen. Honestly, we are talking about a level of woman that we can really only dream of. It's a unicorn. The men that are able to attain this level of partner are essentially unicorns, only heard of in legends. So we must appreciate what's going on here. Pay no attention to the title. You're about to witness greatness.
I don't like that shit.
Do you deserve the real man that you talk about?
Yeah.
She's asked, do you deserve the real man you talk about?
I'm 32 years old.
Listen to her answer and ask yourself, do you measure up to possibly be with this? We can't say that on YouTube.
We look all
Okay.
I'm a real
Why do you
man.
deserve
I
that
don't
real
play that.
man?
Do you understand? I take care of my 5-bedroom house by myself.
Get in the mic.
I take care of my 5-bedroom house by myself. I handle all mine. I taught myself how to sew 5 years ago. I've always been the biggest hustler in my family. Always been told, oh, you pretty, you ain't.
It's so feminine. It's so attractive. Oh my gosh, her 5-bedroom house. Damn, why don't the supermodels talk about that, bro? As they walk down the runway as models in their bikinis, you know, smiling and being feminine, what they really should be doing is holding up an image of their real estate portfolio. This is what the pinnacle of women is searching for. I love that they're all laughing, by the way, that they're all smiling. There's a reason why Fresh and Fit is hated and despised by feminists.
You gotta talk so much. You ain't gotta be so loud. What's up?
Okay.
What's up?
Wow, so feminine, bro. Oh my gosh, she's so feminine and pleasing to the ear that really, I don't even know what to say. This is like if Aphrodite had a baby with Brett Cooper herself. Is this what it takes to not be censored on YouTube? Yes, these are good women. These are high quality mothers and wives. Yes, she deserves a multi-millionaire, 6'4" billionaire. Actually, yeah, millionaires don't measure up to this caliber of woman right here.
I've been like this. Can't nobody change me. Get your ass beat trying to change me.
Yeah. You're gonna get your ass beat if you try to be like me. I deserve the man of my dreams. This type of human is new to the species. It did not exist before decades ago. This level of mental existence did not exist hundreds of years ago. It has never existed in human history until now. Until women were incentivized to deny reality and told that they're good people as a result of denying reality.
Stand up.
Okay. You're answering. Oh, right. Hennessy. You're answering questions. It's fine.
Oh my gosh, wow, look at her face. That's so attractive. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? Wow.
It's fine. You answer a question that I'm not really asking. I'm saying, why do you deserve a real man?
Well, because I'm a real woman and I done waited too long. Right. I ain't got no kids. I'm the godmama of everybody else's kid in my life.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's so feminine, dude. And you wonder why there's so much racism on Twitter, right?
I'm trying to take care of everybody else's children. And look, I don't need no husband and I don't need no kids. I would live this life of successful fashion designer out here on my own without children. I would be okay. Because let me tell you something, God love me.
She knows that she's appearing delusional, but the problem is that she's likely been raised fatherless and doesn't even know how to act like a woman if her life depended on it. So she's immediately reverting to the ideology of, even though her biology tells her she wants a man, she's claiming that she doesn't want one and she doesn't need one and that she's okay without one. This is the mantra of modern feminism, which tells women you should be miserable as you try to make yourself in the image of that which hypothetically is toxic and oppresses you. And the reason why they call women to make themselves in the image of that which is toxic and oppressive is because Marxism only believes in power. And so the only identity a person, especially a woman, who is hypothetically oppressed can inhabit is a position of power. So to make progress in their life, because leftism says there's only such thing as power, and they say that they're being oppressed by men, it is simply logical that women are then required to become more like men. And that's what you're seeing here. So she's clearly miserable. She's clearly cognitively impaired, quite literally by a political psychopathology that she's been telling herself for probably a lifetime, in order to justify all of her false opinions. In order to engage in a political ideology, instead of being an individual, you have to tell yourself a series of lies, especially the more radical you get. And this applies to the right and the left. The more you identify with an ideology above being an individual, the more you have to lie to yourself. And this is what lying to yourself for years upon years upon years looks like.
God gonna handle me. I don't need babies. I don't need to be
She's a
nobody.
strong black woman.
Everyone in the room is laughing at her and mocking her, and she knows that. And so she has to cope with the fact that she's being judged. In the Marxist ideology, there's only oppression. There's only power disparities. There's no such thing as logical coherence, rationality, truth, because postmodernism, when it's combined with Marxism, says that truth is oppression, just like masculinity is oppression.
I'm good. I got me. All right, y'all got me. Y'all good.
You
Y'all
in the
got me.
GTA 6 ad?
Bye, baby. She's
I think I
out
saw her
of
twerking on the Corvette.
She's a
black queen. You leave.
Wow. And of course she walks off after that because, there's really no recovery. There's lines, right? There's a point where what you say is so absurd that when people don't argue with you and they just look at you, simply because what you're saying is so out of congruence with reality that in order for them to agree with you, not only would they have to lie, but they would have to become obviously more miserable and distraught and deformed. That's when you know it's bad.
I love you, Cheetah, baby girl.
You said you're
She
girl.
is so
Notice how all the women immediately start lying to her.
lit.
She's a
I
black
love you.
queen.
Mwah. I love you so much, baby.
She's a black queen.
Besitos for a queen. I love you.
You take care, baby.
Wait,
Wow, 300 pounds.
go, Steph.
It's all good.
She was talking a lot, but at the same time,
I'm kinda glad I
she's
moved.
been drinking,
Yeah,
Later in this show, this woman also gets Frank castled for being disrespectful. So this panel was filled with, well, the quality of woman that would get a YouTube channel censored.
I've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, she was lit.
Excuse me, we all lit.
I'm glad she left before it got even more intense.
Oh, hold on, everyone's over talking. I want to ask you a question specifically. So she was talking a lot about being a black woman. She's a strong black woman, all this stuff. Do you see that how her presence on the podcast gives
The inevitable requirement to invert reality. Marxism and the leftist ideology has this property to it where it inverts truth, it inverts reality, and they get this from the aspect of their ideology that says the weakest, most undeserving people of virtue are actually the most virtuous, are actually the most high status people. This is the reason why the left is protesting in favor of the worst humans to walk the earth. I'm talking, of course, about a word that rhymes with hummus. There are many such examples, but the weakest people, or presumably the weakest people in the inverted hierarchy of intersectionalism, again, you see the inverted hierarchy, where any person that is hypothetically victimized is automatically a good person. They must be given all power. They must be given all status in order to rectify the oppression hierarchy of white men, straight men, any person that is an oppressor, any person that the left-wing ideology demonizes. They don't deal in ideas. They don't believe in an exchange of ideas in dialogue or in free speech. It's the reason why they don't believe in free speech. Because when you value the ability to exchange ideas freely, you're saying there is a truth to be had in validating the postmodernist presupposition. You say that the way we get there is through logic, reason, and rationality, which invalidates the idea that you can only achieve the correct answer through identity politics. Another way of saying that is the truth of the idea depends on the identity of the speaker. This is how the left-wing ideology operates. It's very interesting to see, but when you pay close attention, you see that the validity of an idea is determined by the identity of the person saying it, not the intrinsic merit of the idea. Because again, merit is discriminatory. Merit references objective parameters of reality, and once you engage in any objective parameter with reality, you automatically come into odds. You come into conflict with the left-wing ideology.
a negative stereotype to black women? Because even though she's declaring it, she's talking about it so much, I'm a proud black woman, she's drunk, she's yelling, she's hitting, she's making no sense. Her voice is irritating, she's screaming into the microphone like she's a battle rapper.
Okay.
Do you see how that gives a negative perception on black women?
Only because I feel like sometimes that's not the best representation of black women.
Wait, how come you didn't call it out? Like other black women, you guys cheered on, you guys kissed her, you said high
hold on
five.
real quick? It's not my podcast, and that's not my responsibility. I'm not here to check
The
another.
question was, why did you agree with her if you think that it was bad behavior? The answer I would attribute mostly, and I say mostly, to the ideological requirement feminism has with women that tells them reality is oppressive. Anytime you engage in order, in structure, which includes behaving in a mannered way, having class, etc., any of that is instantaneously oppressive and diminutive to a person who is completely acting out. Because what they're really saying is, as they're acting out and just being disrespectful, being uncouth, being loud, being ratchet, what they're saying is, I'm daring you to correct me. I'm daring you to say I'm acting this way so that then I can claim I'm a victim and therefore a good person. That's what they're desperate to say. And so rather than stepping into the role of victimizer, which is the worst thing you could possibly be in the left-wing ideology, the other women at the table were saying, oh yes, go girl, boss queen. Yes, you're right. Yes, your real estate portfolio is really important to men, as you scream into the microphone, using a form of broken English that can barely be deciphered. Yes, boss queen. Yes, you're 39. Oh, that's so empowering. If they were to disagree with her, if they were to correct her, if they were to go against the deliberate architecture of the degeneracy, they would be labeled oppressors and they would lose their good person status. The cult of the left is a very, very dangerous thing because it disputes the mechanisms that allow us to understand truth, and it says truth doesn't exist, and the pursuits to engage in truth and reach a higher understanding of the world that is objective is oppression and discrimination.
Graphic like that. I want to see more Candace Owens stand up and be like, I'm a strong black woman. I'd be like, yeah, you are. Go queen.
Candace Owens is a shining, glorious example of a amazing black woman in basically every aspect of the word. And I think that race as a measurement of an identity is pathetically low resolution. But if we were to use these terms that the left is obsessed with, Candace Owens is a perfect example. And notice how the degenerate female, I mean the boss queen, that didn't speak a word against the embodiment of chaos itself, reality denial itself, is upset with the idea of Candace Owens. Bro, Candace Owens literally went to an etiquette class with Brett Cooper in England. And if she was 20 years younger, never mind, I'm not going to say that.
When I see this take up the airspace with this nonsense, it's like you were just making black women look bad.
But that's her. She's making herself look bad. She doesn't represent me.
I have a question.
I'm not to be rude to her.
What's your question?
Do you like your job?
Me?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm looking at your face and you're like...
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just writing down what you guys are saying.
Say that. I think he loves his
what,
job.
did we say
The objective exercising of reason, rationality, and accountability is completely triggering to destroyed female psyches, just as objective reality is triggering to the leftist ideology. The reason why the feminine psyche and leftist ideology are connected is because it's been objectively measured using science that proclivity to abide in left-wing authoritarianism is positively correlated with a feminine temperament and low verbal IQ. So a feminine personality and low verbal IQ, a feminine personality distribution and a low verbal IQ is synonymous with proclivity to abide in left-wing authoritarianism.
So I was like, the whole
there's a
time
lot
you're like
going on.
this.
Hold on.
And so, of course, it makes sense that the second most destroyed woman at the table would be the person to become the next most triggered at the exercising of objective parameters.
Would I want to go on a podcast and one of the main guys is
Is
like
looking
this?
at me crazy, but I didn't see it stuff. You know, I can't
Girl,
see.
that's a
You don't know what I
focus
saw,
face.
girl.
Oh.
You saw his face?
She's trying to control his face while on his podcast, while she's a nobody. I recorded a video of what happened to that girl, and man, that Frank Castle was incredible.
Damn.
I'm just saying, don't speak for a man.
Yeah.
What?
I'm saying, I'm asking him.
Correct.
And you know, I saw his face. So
Correcto.
the only question was,
A la
do you like your
orden.
job?
Yeah. To the order.
Or you just don't like this girl?
He's letting her talk.
I mean, be honest.
I don't know, man. She's cute, man. I wouldn't mess with her.
I'm Mexican.
No,
Have you seen
well,
boxing?
Hey, well, boxing's
Canelo.
one thing, bro, but it's Miami.
Go
Yeah,
Hey,
we-
don't try to pin Mexican against
We
Cuban.
together, nigga.
Bill over there.
What? My dad listens to
Wait, you keep saying I can't.
Okay, so yeah, I got to get a passport. So yeah, I think I'm going to apply for a passport now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We are fighting against censorship on YouTube. If you're seeing this, you should count yourself very lucky. Like the video and comment down below. We're not going to stop because this sort of thing exists.